What do you mean? We didn't restart this whole thing. What are you even talking about? All right, we'll run through this quick. Thanks, MVP. You started watching. We played your songs. We did this whole thing for like a solid 90 seconds, and then we had to restart. Yep. So anyway, thanks for watching. Cheese started watching.
Yep.
Clips.
And
here we are. We're back.
Yeah.
We're 10 and 5. Oddly, we're both 10 and 5.
Yep.
We have to do this again. Somehow we picked different games, but we're oddly both 10 and 5. So we had a bounce back week.
Yeah, we did. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I started 4-0. You started like 6-0 or something, and we both evened out it.
Somehow we were both 6 and 5 at one point. But it is funny because we pick different games, probably like 3 to 4 every week.
Yeah.
But somehow we both we must split every fucking week because we end up with the same record. And
I mean, what it tells me though is that the two that we split on, or the ones that we split on that we split are like the difficult ones. You know, it makes sense that those are the ones that we. You know, so that that kind of tracks.
And I don't remember which ones we split on.
Yeah, we'll have to chat about it when we go through.
But and then right now, I think we both have the Lions. The Lions are up 3-0 as of right now. So yeah, we'll just run through the
and
start off on Thursday.
I have to apologize again because I did it earlier, but
do it again.
I forgot my charger, so I don't have my Surface Pro, so I'm on my phone. So I apologize if you see me scrolling more.
Oh yeah, Christmas is coming up. You should probably get one.
Yeah. I'll put it on my list.
We're trying to hit the fucking cliff notes of what we just said.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's okay. If you need another computer, we can. I got you.
You offer me one for Christmas?
No, for tonight. Yes.
No, I just use it for my notes. I try to take my notes as the games go on, just like little things that pop in my head, or like if I find a fun little article, I'll send it to you and put it on there just to remind me to talk about it. But I think some of it might be like off-season stuff when we have more time to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Thursday night, I finally jumped off the Baker bandwagon, and I went with the Bills. Did you watch a lot of that game?
It was the first Buccaneers game I actually watched.
Oh, that's right. That was the one team that you haven't watched.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills. All I can really say is the Bills still aren't, like setting my world on fire.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Football's a weird game. Again, it's Thursday night, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I don't think they really did anything too special. They don't really have, and they never. I mean, for the last couple of years, I mean, Cook is good, James Cook, but they don't really have a running. In my opinion, they don't have. You could look at the numbers, and they're probably inflated because of Allen's running.
Sure.
But they don't have a running game.
But you know what? I don't know who I was just saying that to. Is like I say, Washington's one of those teams where they need to establish the run to get their offense going. Like Buffalo, maybe they do more so now, but they're like one of the teams that don't really because they've had success without doing it.
Yep, and they had. I mean, I know I took Singletary a couple of years ago when he was a rookie. I took him like, oh, he's a rookie guy, big thing. And Cook is putting up pretty decent numbers for a rookie. I'm sorry, it's the second year. But I don't know. I just think. I mean. I think a passing game is obviously infinitely more important, but you really can't do much. You're not going to get over the hump, in my opinion, without a running game. And Allen's not enough of a runner. It's funny because he trucks over guys, and then he takes the softest roughing the passer penalties I've ever seen. And I sent you a clip earlier. He drives me nuts with that.
He did that against us too. He is definitely a fucking actor.
Yeah.
When it comes to which again, I get mad that the system rewards that type of shit. It's like basketball. It's like
basketball,
European bullshit.
In NHL, they have a penalty for it. What the heck? I forget the name of the penalty, but you get penalized if you embellishment. It's a penalty. You get to go in the box. And I wish the NBA would start giving out technicals for that.
But they started but I don't think it's really.
I think it's the fine is like nothing.
Yeah.
For those guys anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also not 100% sold on the. I mean, they are winning. But they're 5-3.
Yeah,
they're a little bit suspect. But again, there's not a lot of runaway teams right now.
No, yeah. The AFC is wide open. I think every single team except for one, who we'll get to later, is within 3 games of each other. Mm-hmm. So there's really the AFC is wide open currently. It's going to be a fun finish.
I think. Well, that's the thing too. Again, we'll get to it, but Washington is potentially having a fire sale. There was, but really, even at 3-5, they're not out of it.
Yeah,
because there's really only one team there that's kind of running away with it.
Yep. I mean,
even they have holes in their game.
Yeah, even the 49ers are all of a sudden 5-3. They're not even in first place anymore in their division.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Because they looked like they were unstoppable. Yeah. I had them as the number 1 team a few weeks ago.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think I said, wake me up for the Eagles 49ers game, and ever since I said that, they lost 3 in a row.
You're right.
They haven't won since. So again, that's the NFL for you.
Amen. I think we both had the Cowboys in that game against the Rams. I mean, it wasn't even fucking close. From the jump, they ran away with it.
Yeah. I only saw the clips of this one, but it was. I feel bad if you. Well, I shouldn't say that, but if you're like a third party watching it, the game's over. It's like, okay, there's nothing else to watch here. If it's like the only game that's on TV that you can watch because it's the Cowboys, but it was fine. The Rams are just continuing their, I don't know, free fall is the right word, but it's been 2 years now since they won the Super Bowl, and they haven't really.
That's why I think they're going to be the team that blows it up after.
Yeah.
So, Dak went for 304, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. CeeDee Lamb went off 12 catches, 158, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I have him in my money fantasy league, and he really helped me out. So
he went off. I know I think they had a pick 6 earlier, so that game just went off the rails fast. Like, yeah, all right, cool. At least I picked them to fucking win, but the Rams, I don't know what they do. They're 3-5. They look like a mediocre team.
Yes.
I don't know what they do.
They are like the very definition of mediocre currently.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, Kupp is back, and they still aren't really doing much. Stafford is not getting any younger. So it was. I'm sure, it was worth it. Flags fly forever, but, the numbers game is catching up to them.
It's the sustainable, sustainable like success to get to like. You might not win every year like the Chiefs, right? They didn't win every year, but they're competitive every year. I'd rather fall into that bucket, but a chip is a chip. So big one here. This was actually a dagger and away from my fantasy team. Vikings 24-10 over the Packers, but the big news there was Kirk. Achilles, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so he's done for the year. The Vikings are still with their little winning streak they've been going on. They're in it. So people are asking. I forget who their backup is. And I don't have I can't Google as fast as I usually do. But they said that they might be in the market for a trade for a quarterback. So that'd be interesting.
Jacoby keeps coming up on.
Oh yeah, Jacoby. Maybe a McCorkle Jones. Maybe I doubt it. But
Jaron Hall.
Gosh, yeah, no idea.
He came in after he went down.
There's a lot of young, and I think one of the articles that we've been talking about the last few weeks is how offense is down, scoring is down. Yeah. And I think it's a number of things, and one of the main things I think is that the quarterbacks in the league are just younger. The Bradys, Roethlisberger, man, they're all gone. Right. Except for Rodgers, who's hurt. So it's like that new age, and I think the quarterbacks are the youngest they've been in like 60 years. Yeah. So I think that's part of the reason, and all these backups, like the guy for the Bears, Thornton, whatever his I watched that game too. Terrible game. But yeah, all the backups quarterbacks are really young. Levi and all that. So that stinks for Kirk. It's a bummer. Achilles sucks.
That's a tough one, especially I think he's 34, 35. I mean, he'll come back, I'm sure, but it's for the Vikings at 4-4. They're still in it. I mean, I still think that they're not going to be any better than what they are. And I mean, again, we're not really talking about the Packers much, but the Packers just
they're so bad.
They're so bad. And again, we talked about it last week about Jordan Love potentially stepping into what Rodgers did with Brett.
Yep, I bought into it a little bit early on, but he doesn't have it, at least from what I saw. So, I mean, but I would say like, it's still early, but it's his 4th year now. 3rd or 4th year, so that was his first year fully starting.
But last year, I think Rodgers. I mean, I vaguely remember last year where the Packers looked dead in the fucking water, but because of the experience, he took that. They should have made the playoffs.
Yeah, it might have been like a 2019 Brady situation where he had one foot out the door. And he just like wasn't feeling it. And they should have beat excuse me, they should have beat the Lions to make the playoffs, and they did not. So,
but I think that's like the Jordan Love kind of inherited that team from last year that really wasn't that good, and they lost some guys to mainly the Jets.
I know, right? All his boys went with them. So now here's what needs to happen. They need to. The prophecy must come true, and now Aaron Rodgers needs to get traded to the Vikings, just like Brett Favre.
Yeah, right.
The 1 year on the Jets,
dude. Can you fucking imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, it is weird that of all places he ended up with the Jets like this. I mean, for a few years, like, he's gonna leave, and then he does. And he goes to fucking Jets. Fucking weird.
Yeah.
Next game, So this one had a couple different headlines. So the Titans won 28-23. I think we both picked the Titans.
Yep.
Will Levi.
Yeah.
238, 4 touchdowns. So he had more touchdowns than Tannehill had all year.
I know.
And then you broke the news that they benched Ritter.
Yeah, apparently it might have been a concussion.
Oh, okay, all right.
But here's the thing: it said, because I heard those from me, heard it from someone like, oh, they finally benched Ritter. I was like, oh, fine. I immediately texted you.
See, that's how this shit happens.
Yeah,
because you
right.
told me, and I was
But
like,
then-
oh, Heineke's in again.
But then afterwards, I saw on the thing possible concussion, but usually it just says concussion. So the possible threw me off. So we'll see. More to come.
I wonder if they confirmed that today. They would have had to confirm it by today, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'll do some digging.
So, but Levi, yeah, he had 4 touchdowns. It was his first start. And DeAndre Hopkins had 3 touchdown catches. You know, must be nice to have a wide receiver who can do that. Hint. He had a great game, and I gotta say, watching some of that game, it was incredible watching Levi off his back foot with like the flick of a wrist just throw it 40 yards.
Yeah.
Because speaking from someone who doesn't have a quarterback with a very strong arm,
right?
He steps into it and it just flutters, just feels like it's in the air forever. And this dude just like, Fink. And even the guy on the Bears did it last night too. Just boom, throwing a better ball.
Yeah,
Ooh, boy.
I know. Well, it is. I always feel like somebody like that would happen to another team, but it won't happen for Washington. It's like they'll have a fucking somebody come in and just light it up and fucking win like a rookie, and like we don't have that ability.
And what Max like, and this might be a shitting on Mac party, but whatever. You know, we're 2-6. It's what am I supposed to do? Yeah. His like superpower was supposed to be that he was really smart and he could process things and make right decisions, but he's not doing that either. So
yeah, right.
So I just want a hot young stud who would just throw the ball a mile. Like, is that too hard to ask or too much to ask? Excuse me. And it's funny because Malik actually, I think, started off the game. He immediately fumbled the snap, as seen here that we're seeing the highlights, and then Levi came in and Malik is gone. Is the way
with that type of game that Levi put
look
up.
Look at this. Just oof.
Oh yeah,
flick.
he kind of just flicks it up there.
That's not even the best one. That's another. I hope
with
they
the
show it.
throwback Oilers too,
I know,
right?
I know. It's a little
like it.
That's a little dicey because they're not in Houston anymore. Oh, they were the Tennessee Oilers for 1 year.
Right.
Yeah.
That's still their thing.
Yep. Sorry that we're watching, but we're like literally talking about this game. Yeah. So we're just sinking in on these highlights. I'm waiting for the one that I literally just referenced. I think this is it. Just kidding. It's not it.
Yeah, that's like a 10-yard throw.
It is nice to see DeAndre Hopkins having a good game because everyone thought he was, that he was going to be another Julio. Oh, they didn't even show it.
They were talking about potentially trading Hopkins, being
really
him and
Julio Jones situation. Like, look at this. He just flicks it, man.
I mean, again,
how freaking far that ball went.
And that is a nice throw, but Mac probably couldn't make that throw, maybe, but he was wide open. I know the length, but he was wide open.
And that's the funny thing too. Is like, oh, here it is. Here it comes. Finally.
That wasn't even the one you were talking about.
Yeah, that's it. Off his back foot.
Yeah.
He just flicks it. What is that about? Look, but also, yes, you're right. They're wide open. Why can't our guys get that open?
I know. What the fuck?
What are we doing wrong?
It is. It's. We'll get into that too. It is nice to finally have like most of my friends are Patriots fans, so it's like now we can commiserate together. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So that they didn't say anything necessarily here that I'm reading fast about Ritter, but they said Arthur Smith is not committing to a starting quarterback as of today, this afternoon.
I wonder if they gave him the possible concussion as just like an out. And I understand too, like for every Will, it's his first game. You know, things could change very rapidly in the NFL. But for every Will Levi who explodes, there's 10 Desmond Ritters.
Yeah,
who I think personally is a terrible quarterback. I'm on record as saying that.
Yeah, he hasn't done much this season. But again, they're sitting at fucking 4-4. I would take that.
Yeah, it's true.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, I would take his weapons. He's got London. He's got Pitts. He's got Robinson. It's like, what the hell?
You love Pitts.
Yeah, no kidding. He should be a weapon. He should be. But I'll blame Ritter.
He's like a Judy, which again, that's a later game. But like, Judy finally scored.
Yeah.
And they replayed it for like 10 minutes because they're like, I don't know if he like bobbled it for a second. Like, this fucking kid can't catch a break. I think this is one of the games that we split on.
Yep.
Sorry,
I took the Colts on this next one. If that's the one you're going to.
That's the one I'm going to. Yeah. I think I took the Saints because I was salty that the Gardner Minshew revenge game twice.
And I took the revenge
me.
game for the third time, and I effed me.
Right.
So,
and I was like, you know what? I honestly didn't have much faith in the Saints going, but because it's a dome, I'm like, they could pull it out. Plus, Gardner fucked me twice.
You're right, because the Saints were home, right?
No, Indy was home.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Saints, fucking as bad as they've played, they're 4-4 too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But like I always say that because like they're better. They have a better record than Washington.
Everyone in the AFC except for the Patriots is 3-5 or better. Literally everyone. So, yeah.
Jets included.
That
is fucking crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that
was also a crazy game. It was a crazy ending. The rest of the game sucked. Let's be honest, but the ending was fun.
Of the Colts game?
No, the Jets Giants.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Carr went 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taylor, 12 carries, 95 yards. I mean, it was a fun game. I feel like the Colts have been in a lot of fun games, but they're not really
they're
winning a lot.
My guess is they're just going to go for Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft, who I actually got to watch play a little bit, and he apparently came as advertised for Ohio State. Yeah, he was good. He had a nice game. Nice game. Now that's kind of what I'm focusing on for the rest of the year is these players out there.
It's the Ohio State receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some studs for a while.
I think, what's his name from, what the heck's his name on the Saints was from there? Olave. Yeah, I think he was Ohio State.
He was Ohio State. Curtis Samuel was Ohio State.
Their boy.
Terry was Ohio State.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yep.
So it's like the Iowa tight ends.
Yeah, right.
With the Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah, they make
something to be said.
They make them long over there. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to skip this next one, and I'm going to go to the battle of the fake New Yorkers.
Yep, the New Jersey team versus the other New Jersey team. Like I said, you didn't have to watch this game until literally the last drive, 2 drives, 3 drives.
What was the? I don't know. I know that the Jets won.
I watched the end because it came on after.
But what was the controversy and shit at the end?
Oh well, it was 10-3. They went for it on 4th. They didn't get it. The Jets. The Giants ran the clock out, and then their kicker to make it. It was a field goal attempt, 36 yards, 35, 36. It was to make it 13-3 and essentially ice the game, and he missed it. He shanked it.
Oof.
Bad. 36 yards. Chip shot.
That wasn't blocked.
No.
Shanked.
No, just shanked it. It was raining, but that's really no excuse. And then I don't know if it was a controversy, but the Jets got the ball and 2 plays they made it down the field, and then they spiked it with 1 second left, and it was I don't know, it might have been it was a long second. But it was, I would say, like, because I think the clock operator is for the home team, but I don't know who it is because it's the Jets and the Giants. So I don't know who was a clock operator.
I mean, yeah, technically it was the Giants were home.
Yeah,
but
yeah. The crowd looked pretty split. I thought, but yeah, it was a bummer for the Giants. They should have won that game twice, and all they did was make 1 play, and that game was over.
Right. So if you're gonna come down to the nitty gritty on an outside force,
and then the refs. Then there was a pass interference in overtime that maybe people were complaining about that, but it was one of those ones that annoys me where it was a short throw, but the guy didn't turn around in time. Yeah, but don't make your 36-yard field goal and you don't have to complain about it.
Again, then you don't have to fucking complain about it, and then you win the game basically. Yep. So I did pick the Giants. You picked the Jets on that one, so we split on that. But again, close game.
Yeah,
the Saints Colts was fairly close too.
That was actually my money pick. Thinking back, that was my Mo's money pick. And
the Jets.
It was my first push of the season where I just won. I got my money back because they were a 3-point favorite and they won by 3. But yeah, it was nothing special. I mean, I was telling myself earlier, like, oh man, I feel like I need to hit more of these money picks. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, the whole reason for Vegas is to be 50-50. Like, you're supposed to be 50-50.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're like some savant.
Right.
That's the reason for it. It's like, okay, so I made myself feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is another one we split on. I went with the Steelers. Again, I don't know why. I'm quietly rooting for the Jags' success, but I keep picking against them.
Why?
I thought the Steelers... I'll tell you why. I thought the Steelers...
Explain yourself.
The Steelers went... they won a game recently that I picked them, and they were at home.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, Pittsburgh's a tough place to play,
Yeah, that's true.
regardless of how their team does.
That's true.
But Kenny got hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his ribs. There was more controversy. Refereeing was a topic this weekend.
It totally was.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he got hurt. And they didn't call roughing the passer on it. It was one of those drive him into the ground situation where that's probably why they call that penalty, because he was driven to the ground. And they didn't call it. And then later, or before, Lawrence got a pretty soft roughing the passer call. So there was some shenanigans. And then a very weird thing on a field goal attempt, the Steelers, they were lined up for the field goal, and they called offsides on the offense because they said the guard was lined up too close to the center or something. I don't know if you heard Tomlin saying it earlier, but he's like, in my 17 years as a head coach, I've never heard that called before, which I thought was very odd. So just weird.
That's like you're looking for something to start calling.
It was strange. And then turned it into a 51-yard field goal, which he missed. Deontay Johnson, I believe, after the game was he's going to get fined a lot of money. So he was not happy about it.
And the Jags are sitting at 6-2. They're 4-0 on the road.
That's impressive.
I mean, listen,
one of those road games was London.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Which is basically another home game.
Right.
But yeah, I went with the Steelers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I went off of matchups, maybe just to be different too.
Yeah.
But I am rooting for the Jags.
Yeah.
I like the randomness of like the Jags and Lions success here.
Yeah.
But I just keep rooting. I keep picking against them. I don't know why.
Jaguars are one of only 3 teams, maybe 4, who have not been to a Super Bowl. So.
And that year that they went 14-2, or wasn't they went 14-2 with Brunel?
Yeah, they lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Well, one of those years they lost, like 97.
They were tearing it up
Yeah.
that year, and they had oh my god, who were the 2 receivers? Fuck.
Oh no.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they were like 2.
Horn or yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'm gonna have to
but
look
one
it
of the
up,
years,
so
the NFL is where, so 96, the Panthers and the Jaguars became NFL teams.
Yeah.
And then 97, they were both in the conference championship games. The Patriots beat the Jaguars, and the Packers beat the Panthers. And the year after that, I think the NFL made it more difficult for expansion teams in the draft, which is why expansion teams are usually terrible now.
Yeah.
Because that was like a weird thing. I think the NHL did something similar when Vegas was really good right away. So yeah, that was the Jags. Yeah, definitely root for them. In a couple of years they've been good. They lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game when they probably should have won.
Yeah.
And then they were pretty good for a little bit with Garrard and maybe Leftwich. They were okay. But those Brunel teams are pretty decent. Yeah, for sure.
It was Keenan McCardell and Jimmy Smith.
McCardell, yeah. Smith. That's what I was thinking of. Not Holt. Yep. Or Horn. Horn was the Saints. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely rooting for the Jags. I like Lawrence. I want one of the quarterbacks from that rookie class to be good.
Yeah.
So good times.
6-2. I mean, hey, listen, you get rid of Urban Meyer.
Yeah, man.
You actually get a coach who's had success in the NFL.
It's so weird too with their coach. You know, he went to the Eagles, won the Super Bowl. I've never seen a coach fall out of favor so fast.
Well, oddly, so did Carson. I mean, I understand now, like injury-wise, but like Carson Wentz was like...
They were 11-0 before he got hurt.
It's kind of fucking crazy that both of them were like, nah, we're good. And then they're still fucking good.
I know. That has quietly been a very well-run franchise for a long time.
A long time.
Yeah. And
they rarely were bad.
Yeah. And they've gone to the Super Bowl now with 3 different coaches in like 10 years. Well, maybe close to like 15 years. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you get a new coach and a new quarterback and you're back in the Super Bowl in like 3 years. And I've said it before on the show, they had a joint practice with the Patriots the year they both went 10-7. Mm-hmm. And the Eagles didn't look like, with Hurts, they didn't look like anything special.
Right.
And then they got Brown, which helped. And all of a sudden, boom, they're freaking world beaters.
I mean, well, he's a fucking problem as it is. And that's another topic. But oddly, there's some stat that the NFC East, though, has not had back-to-back division winners in, like, some fucking ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
It might have been the Eagles in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I believe it. When they went to the NFC Championship game like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, I think that was
that's funny.
Might have been the last time. Like I think it's like this streak of like 20 years or something where the same team has not won it twice.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I picked the Texans on this game. Panthers pull out a win.
I was not. I mean, I'm happy for the Panthers to get their first win.
Sure.
Now the the Bears don't have the number one pick anymore. They have 2 and 3.
That is so funny to me.
Thielen crushed it again for me in fantasy. So I mean, it's great when you have a decent player on a bad team because they get so many targets. Texans, I was rooting for them. They're 3-4 now, but they're still in it. And AFC's wide open. So hey, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. I mean, the Panthers were bound to get a win.
Yeah.
And with a low-scoring game like that.
Yep. It was the first game, I think, in a long time. I don't know when the last one was. I know Manning and Leaf played each other, but it was the first, like, one versus 2 quarterback played each other. So good on the Panthers. They needed that one to feel better about themselves. I mean, a very low-scoring game, 13-15, kind of a blah, but hey. Especially
when they don't have that pick. That's going to...
Yeah, I know. That sucks. I hope DJ Moore's worth it.
I know. I think I had the Seahawks over the Browns 24-20.
Yep.
Geno 254, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah. I feel, and I appreciate Geno. He was my waiver wire pickup last year who helped me out a lot, but it reminds me of Tannehill. Like he has like that career resurgence. Like, good for you. That's cool. I'm happy for you, but I don't think they're going to get over the hump with him as their quarterback.
I probably not, but they are sitting at 5-2.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty. They're sitting pretty.
5-2, but no, I see I hear your point there. And the Browns, like, again, we've talked about there's like rumors that they were potentially in the market to trade for Jacoby. That tells me a lot about the fucking Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I don't know about that.
Well, we can't fucking risk doing that because with the sacks and stuff, we can't really risk that. But it is funny that, like, who started? PJ Walker started.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
With the Watson thing,
it's
like it just wasn't a good move. And then I think didn't they sign him to the big contract after he signed? They traded for him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what helped facilitate the move because I remember the reports. At the time, I literally watched Good Morning Football every single morning. At the time, that's what that was my morning routine, and they were talking about it, and they said that Watson one of the teams he did not want to go to was the Browns, and I'm pretty sure they said, "Hey, we'll give you a fully guaranteed contract," and he said, "Okay."
It's the same thing that we've said. Like, the Browns would draft Johnny Manziel,
right?
They would draft Baker.
Yeah.
They would fucking do a fully guaranteed contract to a guy who hadn't played in 2 fucking years.
Yeah, and it's totally messed up the quarterback market. And it's weird. It's odd because in the NFL, and it's weird because they make, of all the sports, the main sports, the league makes more money than all the other sports, but the contracts for players are garbage. You know, compared to like baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that says these guys should be getting fully guaranteed contracts. But then there's another part of me that's like, but like, I don't know if I want to do that because you're that's an albatross around your neck, and it's also a much bigger team, 53 players versus like 15 in NBA and stuff.
Right.
So it's weird. That's maybe another offseason conversation, but I think Deshaun Watson is a perfect example of why you don't give out fully guaranteed contracts,
especially in football. Though, I agree. Maybe like there should be more money spread around, but yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And the mighty Broncos at home against the Chiefs, 24-9.
Yeah, I don't think Mahomes should have been playing in that game. I heard from a well-placed source, Jessica on the Instagrams, said that their daughter, their like baby daughter, was diarrheaing out of their diaper because she was so sick. Mahomes' daughter, because she saw like the wife, Brittany Mahomes, I think.
Yep.
And she saw it on the socials, and she's like, if Mahomes gets that, he's going to be shitting himself on the sidelines. He probably felt like trash. They said he had the flu or something, right?
Yeah. They said he had like the flu.
He looked like it.
He threw 2 picks. I know one was really... Actually, no, I saw both of them. They were both pretty fucking bad, if I'm being honest.
At the end of the game, he looked ragged.
Listen, not everybody can be Jordan.
That's true.
You know, Jordan played in the flu game.
That's true. I don't know... It'd be interesting to play the flu in basketball. Maybe he was hungover. Who knows? No one knows.
I don't know. It was either that or it was the pizza gate that they said.
Oh, that's right.
They sabotaged his pizza.
Yeah. Oh man. But he looked like crap. And Kelsey didn't play that great because your boy wasn't in the stands.
My boy?
T Swift. Your girl.
My girl.
Yeah, she wasn't in the stands.
Did you see that?
And CBS posted a nice big thing.
Oh, my fucking... That's, again, I have no words for it. But again, because Mahomes might have been sick and didn't play well, Kelsey had 6 for 58. So now they're going to like feed it. Oh, when Taylor Swift's not there, Kelsey doesn't play good. Like, he's played good his whole fucking career. He just started dating her. CBS should be fucking ashamed of themselves for that fucking. Did you see the picture?
I saw it.
Fucking embarrassing, bro. Like, you actually put that up. Like, that has any sort of fucking factor in the game. I can't. I'm so fucking over the Taylor Swift taking over the NFL thing.
Jess was upset she wasn't there because she likes when people get mad about it. There you go. That was her hot take for the week.
You know what's funny is wait, was it?
Yeah.
She was like, I have a juicy hot take. She messaged me when I put that story up, and I was like, this is fucking all. And you know what's funny is, like, in the picture that I took when it flashed on the screen, I put all around embarrassing or pathetic or something, but because part of it was the ticker at the bottom had the Redskins score. So it was like the hidden fucking subliminal patheticness.
Oh, man.
Dude. All right.
Yeah, that was her juicy hot take. She was upset because she likes when men get angry about Taylor Swift.
It's just like leave it away. Leave it away.
Yep.
Go away. Fucking go away. If they kept doing that at every Taylor Swift show and kept showing Travis Kelce, wouldn't you get fucking annoyed?
I don't really watch. I don't Taylor Swift show. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're a great time. I wouldn't go to 3 in a row in the same venue.
That your family needs to have a fucking talking to. Ravens over the Cardinals, 31-24. Again, Dobbs, 208, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Like, I feel like he is fucking trying in a horrible situation.
He wants that backup job somewhere. It was I caught the end of it. It should have been over, but they got a onside kick. It was actually a really, really well placed onside kick, and Aguilar just didn't go. He needed to go for it, and he waited for it to come to him, and it just blew right over. Ever since the NFL changed the rules for kickoffs, where you can't sprint after it, you can't run while they're kicking, which is dumb because they still do it in college. And you can't load up the side of one side with too many players, which I get, concussion, but it's made onside kicks like 5%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they said it was like when we did ours, it was 6.7% effective, and it's like
it used to be like 10 to 15.
And we actually had a shot, but again, you used to be able to load the sides, and it made it more fun.
Yeah. One of the things that they've talked about it before, it was kind of like with the extra point where it was 99%. And I remember Belichick used to say, why is it even a play in the NFL? And that's why they moved it back. And I agreed with it that it should be back. It's the NFL. There should be a little bit more behind it. And it's funny because kickers are better from 33-yard field goals than from 33-yard extra points, which tells you it's all in their head.
I was going to say it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, once they moved it back, the extra points, like, they miss an extra point. It's not even like a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you would expect them to hit a field goal from that range.
Mathematically, they're more, I don't know the exact numbers, but they're more likely to hit a 33-yard field goal than a 33-yard extra point. It's in their brain. It's all in their head.
It's just fucking crazy.
So
we just got to go out there and be like, pretend this is for 3.
And one of the things they talked about was in the XFL, the way they do it is they give them their onside kick is a 4th and 25 or something like that. And they have to convert. 4th and 25. I think it maybe 4:15. I think it's 25. And there's discussions of maybe I don't know if they're listening to the XFL, but it's like, hey, we should do something to make the onside kick more better. I don't know, more likely to convert.
But
because the 2-point conversion didn't exist in the NFL. It was in the USFL first.
But if I just scored a touchdown, I can't get the ball back and try to play offense again.
That's what they do. You get the ball, you just go for it. You get a 4th and 25.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
4th and 35.
I mean, I guess it's similar.
It is tricky because can you just say like, what if it's the second quarter? Can you just do it? There's some discussions.
Yeah.
They got to do something. I don't know if they got to reset the onside kick rules or what, but they got to make it better again. They got to make it more likely to convert.
I feel like that. It makes sense, but it's also it changes the flow of the game because it should go from like I scored
to kick off,
and now it's special teams.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, because and that's it. It does get rid of special teams even more. The XFL also, and we get to it later, but they have a cool kickoff concept too, which is a little bit different, and there's more returns and stuff. But the 2-point conversion did not exist in the NFL until the early 90s, and the USFL did it first. So just saying.
It's true. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if I love the 4.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And my joker pick of the week was the 49ers, which again, in hindsight, it was a joker pick. They were 5-2. They were on a 2-game losing streak.
I think that might have been your best one yet.
But that one too,
they're
like
reeling.
They were they playing last week when we?
Yeah,
they were playing and they weren't winning.
Yeah,
and I made the pick, and I was like, is that like not cheating? But it's like they lost a game and then they were losing. It's like, but anyway, 3-game losing streak. I also felt like Joe Burrow needed that extra week, so when they had their bye, them coming in,
that's fair.
They're reeling off of 2 losses. Even though San Fran was at home, I was like, and they got T. Higgins back.
Yep. Who looked really good.
And Chase has been going off, so I'm like,
sure
I think I like the Bengals here.
I was smart, and for I think the first time I went with the Joker pick and was succeeded. The Bengals look really good. They said that Burrow is 100% healthy. So the time off, he looked good. Chase and Higgins both looked really good. Purdy looked not good. Also, there was a little bit of I don't know if it was shenanigans, but he had the concussion, and the play where he got his head hit on that quarterback sneak was pretty brutal. And I said a few times that for the Patriots at least, I'm not sure about the full NFL, but if a player went into concussion protocol, it took 9 days to get cleared.
Yeah.
And Purdy got cleared in like 72 hours, which seems a little weird. He didn't look good. He didn't
money under the table there.
Yeah, he didn't look great. A lot of interceptions for that guy. A lot of interceptions, and he also got his head snapped back on a play. He threw an interception, got a roughing the passer call, and then immediately fumbled it right after. So he definitely did not. He was not look. He looked like Mr. Irrelevant. But good on him.
Kittle had a good game, 9 for 149. Yeah. I mean, all right. Outside of the way that game played out, just record wise, and what you've seen, right? 5-3 versus 4-3 Bengals. Who do you think is a better team? Which is hard because I'm saying it as like that they just played and fucking but like I feel like they're similar on different conferences.
Yeah.
Like who do you think goes further in their respective conference?
I could see because the AFC is wide open, I could see the Bengals making a run, especially as they get healthy, but also the 49ers are missing Debo, which ever since he got hurt is when Purdy like literally you could like pinpoint it to that injury where it's all started going downhill.
Yep.
In the 49ers, if Moody just hits a 41-yard field goal, which again should be easy.
Yeah,
in
you're
this
talking
day
about.
they would still be 6-2. So,
right.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals can make. I don't know if they're the better team, and they beat them. They're a better team, but I think they can make a better run because I think the NFC is more of a gauntlet than the AFC is.
I can see that. I can see it.
Yep.
Last night's game, the Chargers.
Yeah.
So Herbert finally had a good game. I don't know if it was like the game you were waiting for, but 298, 3 touchdowns. They won 30-13 pretty handily over the Bears.
From fantasy, I was happy about it. He had his middle finger, I think, or on his non-throwing hand is pretty taped up. I watched most, if not all, of that game, and don't worry, we have 2 more Bears primetime games this year. So
how is that fucking? Like,
I know. They're like,
what the fuck did they do to get that? It's not like it was the Jets that got Rodgers.
I don't know. People thought because they traded for DJ Moore for more, and I don't know. Maybe people thought like Fields had a good end of the last year. They traded for more.
It's still the Bears, though.
I know, and they didn't look great. Not great. But Herbert looked good. I don't know the Bears. It's hard to tell. Like, did my team? But it's like, did my team play well, or are they just playing the Bears? But then the Bears will beat the Redskins, and last year they beat the Patriots. I'm pretty sure the last win before the Commanders was the Patriots on Monday Night Football last year.
Fuck yeah!
So yeah, pretty brutal.
Speaking of which, which sad story do you want to tell first? Do you want to go to DC or do you want to go to Foxborough?
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I don't know. There's not much to say right now. I feel like it's only going to get worse. Oh, I could start real quick. It was bad. It was real bad. They put up a decent fight, but I think the Dolphins' offense just has too much firepower. They were just running all over them. Although I do want to make mention, there was one play when the Dolphins had two guys in motion at once. That's a penalty, but they didn't call it. And
Belichick, it was like blatant.
Yeah, and Belichick was freaking out on the sidelines.
Oh, that's when I saw him. Freaking.
He was like losing it. And I'm sure, and I need you to watch, if you're going to watch the London game, Germany game, because they're playing the Chiefs next week.
Yeah,
9:30. If you do happen to watch it, I swear that on some of those motions, they have Tyreek like going forward a little bit before the snap, kind of like CFL style, when you're not allowed to do that, because like even a half a step means a lot.
Oh, especially a guy with his speed. He only needs a half a step.
I need you to keep an eye out for that if you happen to watch them again.
I definitely will.
And yeah, there's just too much firepower. Mahomes, Mahomes, gosh, I wish. Mac Jones, I don't know. Gosh, where do I even start? He just doesn't really, he doesn't really have the weapons. We have Jalen Reagor getting elevated to the active squad. He washed out of how many teams now? The Vikings and the Eagles.
Yep.
There's no talent born towards ACL, so he's done. I picked him up in waivers and fantasy. I was like, oh, he's a good insurance policy at wide receiver because he got the touchdown literally 5 minutes later towards ACL.
Yep.
Parker got a concussion, and they didn't call roughing the passer on it. These refs, like we talked about refs being a theme. They were awful in this game.
Yeah.
They picked up the flag on a illegal man downfield on the Dolphins on like a 3rd and 13 that gave them a first down. I already talked about those guys going in motion at the same time, going forward. Roughing the passer on Mac, I feel like should have been called, but wasn't. I don't know. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
And they called a really soft, in my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. Pass interference on a 3rd down in the end zone, which went like 50 yards over Tyreek's head, so he wasn't going to catch it anyway. And then the next play, which I feel like was more pass interference, they didn't call it. So I don't even know what the rules are anymore here. But Mac just does. I don't know. He doesn't have the weapons, but I feel like he doesn't really have it. There was one play he threw it to the outside to Bourne, and it was a decent route in play call because Bourne was open. The only problem is Mac throws ducks, so it hung in the air for like 15 seconds, and Ramsey just picked it off.
Yeah.
Just boop, just right in front of it. And our defense just couldn't keep up. And it was 13-17, which sounds closer than it was. I feel like the Dolphins scored just as much as they needed to. Like if we were scoring 30, they would have scored 40.
Yeah.
I don't think they really needed to do more than that. And now Tua, I think, is like 6-0 or 7-0 against Belichick and the Patriots. So we just cannot beat that guy. Even his rookie year when he was, a rookie, we still couldn't beat him.
That's wild. That is fucking wild.
Yeah, and we're 2-6. We're literally the worst team in the AFC. We're the 5th ranked. I think we're 5th right now for draft pick, which isn't the worst. But it's a weird place to be. But I'll still be watching.
Yeah, see, again, at least you don't give up on it. People are like, oh, yeah, we had our run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pack it up, baby.
It's over already. I didn't see too much from that game, but I did pick the Dolphins. Division game, you never know, but in Miami, they didn't really play wonderfully there, even with Brady.
Yeah.
So
it was tough. And now with Bourne hurt, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. It's weird because we have Booty, who was inactive. The other inactive was healthy inactive was Tyquan Thornton, who was our 2nd round wide receiver last year. So add him to the pile of bust wide receivers that we drafted. It's like, what the hell are we doing? And then it was really tough watching the Steelers game, and Pickens, who got drafted like right after him, scores a touchdown. Why can't we draft?
So who's your number one? Is what? Who? Juju?
I guess. Yeah. He got a touchdown finally, but I think that was like his only catch of the game. And I talked about it like a week or two ago, but they let Myers walk to get Juju. It just seems weird. It's like similar money, a homegrown guy. It's just so weird.
I know, because you would have at least said like, all right, we have a weapon here with Jacoby.
Yeah, and he was like, it's like a perfect story. Undrafted, you brought him in, he knows the system. Him and Mac are boys, and then you let him walk probably because him and Patricia didn't like each other. This is weird. It was a bummer. People liked him. And you bring in Juju, who doesn't have the best personality, and he sucks. Got his first touchdown, but I don't think he did anything else besides that. So now that Bourne's hurt, we have Parker has a concussion, it seems like, so he's gone. I think the only bright spot is Douglas, DeMarco Pop Douglas. He's Evan Lazar, who I follow on the Twitter, he said he was a poor man's Zay Flowers. So like look for him in the third day, and the Patriots took him.
Yeah,
he's been great. So hopefully they keep that up. We do much better with late round draft picks for wide receivers, apparently.
Yeah.
And Booty, who's an LSU guy who had he was on track to have a better career at LSU than Jamar, than Justin Jefferson, and then he had an ankle injury. The coach didn't like him, and it didn't really work out. So he might have been like a steal, but I think he's been having bad practices because he's been a healthy scratch. So yeah, it's not looking good
for a team who needs weapons. That's saying a lot too.
Yeah. And it's not great when your second round wide receiver in his second year is a healthy scratch. That's never a good sign halfway through the season. So pretty brutal.
I'm sure he'll play next week because they don't have any fucking choices.
No choice, exactly. Unless they pick up another Jalen Reagor off the streets. Again, why is he inactive and not Thornton? Jesus. Yeah.
Okay.
Cut that reel. Ugh.
Yeah. And on to DC here.
I thought they had it. I was feeling so proud of myself. I was like, oh, look at this. So I picked him.
I mean, again, the refs are a problem, but and it was so funny because there's like people in the comments and shit and they were going off about and it's like I know what happens is when your team fucking sucks and they're losing, you are looking for the outside force to be like, they fucked us, and it's like. There were some bad calls or non-calls or whatever, and it's like, all right, well, Philly's like the team, but it's still like you had a 14-3 fucking lead in the second quarter, and I know it's like, all right, that's not a lot, but it's enough to be like, you had a 14-3 fucking lead. Howell threw a pick, 4 touchdowns. The last one was kind of like garbage minutes, 397. What was I just gonna say about that? Oh, yeah. When your quarterback throws it more than 40 times,
you're in trouble.
I don't know why. You rarely fucking win. So when I see, he's 42 fucking throw, I go, they're trying to catch up here, and I'm like, they ain't going to fucking win. Right. There was some bad, even like, did you see the fucking, what's his face? Oh, my God. Who the fuck was it? It wasn't A.J. Brown.
The one-handed catch?
No, it wasn't him. Where the ball hit the ground and they didn't challenge it, and Rivera
actually.
Rivera went off because he's like, I didn't get a replay and nobody in my ear was telling me.
Yeah, there was shenanigans there because it was like one of those like rapid replays, right, or something like that.
I don't know if they even showed it because they ran up and then went for the. So the thing is like, well, if nobody told you, and you couldn't see the replay, the fact that Philly was running up should have told you. Yeah, and if you look at it in the open field. The ref shouldn't have called it. It was very clearly it touched the ground. Like, how do you fuck that up? But again,
but what's so weird about that is that New York, the arbiters of all things NFL, are supposed to be keeping an eye on this stuff, and they're supposed to quickly reverse stuff. Like that's a thing they're doing now. Nothing.
I mean, that one was bad. Like, he didn't catch that ball.
Yeah, and there was
and no one was around him.
Yep. There was another game where they had I don't know which game it was, but the ball was spotted. It looked like it was a first down, and the ref just goes up and moves it backwards. And all the announcers were like, what the hell's going on? And they said, New York called it and said to do it. But then later on in the game, they didn't do it for something else. So it's like, what is this arbiter? This is like a man in a tower in New York just calling this stuff.
I don't know. And the other thing is to like further that point, the mics weren't working for the fucking head official. So they're like, I guess it was just in general. So like we couldn't hear watching it. Neither could the fucking Redskins. So they're like, they don't even know what the fuck. Yeah. It's like the New York.
Oh man,
who the fuck is this? This is like Charlie from Charlie's Angels or some fucking shit. Like, who is this? But then again, regardless, you gave up fucking 38 points.
Yep.
You hung in there. They were winning. You blew the lead for various reasons. It's funny because on paper, our defense should be top 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's towards the bottom.
Yeah.
So, like, you play against, like, Philly, it's like, you know they're going to score on you.
Mm-hmm.
And for some fucking reason, Emmanuel Forbes, we just talked about this, he got fucking lit up by A.J. Brown. So this was the first game that they decided to, like, give him more reps on A.J. Brown.
Yeah. Trial by fire.
I mean, it's really, like, for a team that was 2-0, they're 3-5. They're 1-5 in their last fucking 6. And their schedule... they're technically still in it because they're like what the report was, if they lose this game, they're going to sell off. Or some people anyway.
I don't think they're going to sell.
But I think because they can't pay Chase and Montez Sweat, they're going to trade one of them potentially. Gotcha. But then they're like, all right, we're not going to do that. But to me, unless they had a deep playoff run, Ron and at least Del Rio are gone.
Yeah.
Bieniemy, I don't know if maybe they'll keep him because he's like the hot name. They want to see how that goes. The offense didn't look terrible, but they didn't have a lot of run plays either.
It's so weird how they score 7 points. And part of the reason I picked them is because they played well against them in Philly, and they played well against them again. But it's just so weird how you play so bad on offense against the Giants, and then you go and say it's weird. I don't know.
They play down to the competition, and when you're not even fucking beating the bums, I think you need to like turn it up a little bit.
Yeah. And I know I've talked about the XFL a couple times, but one of the things that they do have, and I think I don't know why the NFL doesn't do this, is they have a sky judge. So they have one referee. Every reffing crew has one ref in the box, like watching from above.
Yeah.
Who can call out stuff like that. I don't know why the NFL doesn't just add one official. Just put these cameras in their 4K. You just get a guy up there. And then when they review stuff, you hear it. You hear them talk about it. And it's really cool. I don't know why they can't just add one official to the upstairs. So just New York doesn't call in. Who was calling him from New York?
I don't fucking get it. But it's like, Washington lost that fucking game. And I'll say that. But again, it's also,
they gotta fix it.
It's fucking bullshit that all these teams have to deal with that element. And it's like, again, like you said a few weeks ago, it's usually a wash in some regard.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a fucking headache that we don't need to fucking
and
deal
also,
with anyway.
You're sitting there watching, and I'm sure you're furious. Like, what is happening? Like, why isn't this being reviewed?
Right.
What is happening? As a fan, it's terrible. And like when an actual review does happen, or I get the expedited reviews, but then an actual review happens, and what does the referee do? He goes up to a little box that's the size of this screen to like watch it. I can't tell if it's a good.
I know. And we challenged and didn't get it. And the ball was like clearly, I don't know, I forget which way it was. I forget the play, but it was like you could clearly see the ball was caught. I think it was they were challenging that it was a catch or something on our end. And you could see where it wasn't. Like it didn't hit the ground. And they're like, no, not enough evidence.
Yeah.
So the call stands. It's like, oh, cool. I mean, again, the challenge is it is hard to win those. And like if Rivera had challenged that, but he shouldn't have fucking had to because you shouldn't have called it a fucking catch to begin with. But again,
and
it's just fucking annoying.
This is very frustrating as a fan when a big play will happen and the first thing you think is like, are there any flags? Are there any flags?
Yeah, right.
So much.
It's just ridiculous. And then the other thing is too, like, not only do the fans have to deal with it, but the coaches and the players have to deal with it.
Yep.
And can't say a fucking word about it or they get fined.
Right. I don't. The refs do like a real a media pool thing where you read their answers afterwards. But why do they not have a press conference? Why can't people ask them? And this is all sports.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Same with baseball, basketball. You need to be able to answer your stuff, and it's tough. It's tough because I can't go down that road of it's fixed and because then there's no going back. There's no going back. There's no going back. But man, there's some moments. I have some dark moments sometimes where I'm just like, what the F is going on?
Well, because you know that in some regard that has happened.
Yeah,
right?
Donnie, yeah.
Yeah, so like it is maybe not to that level all the time in every game and blah blah. But
it's not that. I feel like I'll be honest. Reffing is difficult. It is difficult to be an umpire, especially when these guys are moving 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Sure.
But a lot of these refs are older. Although they've gotten younger recently, but a couple of years ago they were pushing like 60.
Yeah.
I mean, I reffed freaking flag football, and that sucked. I can only imagine what it's like in the National Football League. So I'll point that out. The games move very fast, but with 4K and TV and replay, there's no excuse for the shenanigans.
They have the resources to get it fucking right.
Exactly.
And that's annoying because even the fight the other night, which the boxing match was like, somehow Tyson Fury won.
Yeah.
And like,
did he get knocked down in that?
He got knocked down in one of the rounds, but like overall, Francis was pushing the pace more. And again, it's like, but because I could have told you before, if Francis doesn't knock him out or Tyson's corner doesn't throw in the towel, he's going to lose because it's not a good look that an MMA guy came in here, beat the fucking world heavyweight champion.
That's what it is, shenanigans.
So he lost a split decision. It's like, you guys are fucking ridiculous. But so anyway, that was our recap of weeks.
Was it 9? Was it 8 or 9?
It was 8.
Oh, gosh.
It was week 8. Holy shit. Oh, my God. All right, so you want to read... You want to do the hot take again? You can go into some depth about the hot take.
I just got a text message. I just got a hot off the presses text message.
Keep it going.
Okay.
I'll get you another one.
All right. I'm trying to see if there's another one coming in here. I see the 3 ellipses. So there's a text message coming through. It might be good. It might be a long one. She's still typing. While you can do this, you could highlight the beer of the week.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We'll wait. We'll give her time.
Oh, here it comes.
There it is.
Okay. All right.
Did she know that it was right now?
I don't know. No, she didn't. It was really good timing. If you need one, it's that there's a lot of bad football being played. It's just ugly. Aside from a few close, good games, most teams are just blah. And we've talked about that a little bit.
Listen.
You listen.
Listen, Jessica, okay? I need something that I can prove because guess what? At the end of the season, somebody's going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I need something. She came out hot with the Russ bench and the Dolphins.
I mean, scoring is down. That's a thing. Philly looks good and dominant still, but everyone else feels mediocre. And I think there's something to be said about that because scoring is down in the NFL. I've sent a few articles your way of our defense is better. I think there's a couple things here. Offensive line play has gone downhill recently because I think with less training camp and the college game is so much different. And also, if you're a guy who's maybe not the size, you know how like Jeff Saturday slimmed down? Right after he retired. If you're a big guy, what are you going to do? You're going to train to become an offensive lineman or an edge rusher, you know?
Yeah, right.
And you're going to go for the big money. So they go to become edge rushers, and the edge rushers, like, you got the Miles Jarrett, you got the McBosas, you got Chase, you got so many of those guys who are just like monsters, and these offensive linemen cannot contain them. And I think it's making, and I think also the defenses have caught up a little bit to all the air raid offense that's been going on. So yeah, I think it's a decent take.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with it because again, even the Chiefs, where we said going into last week, we're like 6-1 that you didn't fully believe in them, and then you look at the Niners. I had them as being the best team in the league, and they lost 3 in a row. The Bengals, again, we'll see how they go because Burrow was they were on a bye, and that seemed to have helped. But, yeah, I mean, I'd say Philly, Miami, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Other than that, and again, Miami hasn't beat anybody that good, so we'll see when they play the Chiefs in Germany. But, I mean, they really haven't played anybody that good. They haven't beaten anybody good.
I mean, I am very, and we'll get to it a little bit, but I am so curious about the London game. It's the Dolphins and the Chiefs.
Oh, is that not Germany?
I'm sorry. I keep saying London.
Germany. Yeah, it's Germany.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It's Germany. I should
Same
say
time,
international.
though.
Yeah, 9:30, yeah. But yeah, it's So that's a game I'm really looking forward to because that's that hot take, and then it's also like, are the Chiefs even decent?
Right.
Because they've also beaten a bunch of crap teams, and I think that was the first time the Broncos beat them in like 15 games or something like that.
It was a pretty bad streak.
But yeah, the I will say it's definitely down. I agree with that. Scoring is down. Is it a defense is figuring it out? Is it the O-line play? There's a couple things that factor in here. Training camp is less padded practices. I mean, you can only practice with pads, I think, like 3 in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
So most of the Patriots practices, I've only known this because I listen to the podcast and the guy comes in for practice. I think like 3 practices are just like with shorts and shells. So you're not really hitting that much.
So it almost like it takes longer for the team to hit their stride, whereas like maybe by week 3 you got the teams that are hitting their stride.
Yeah, and there's a less preseason game, which isn't. I mean, whatever preseason, but I mean, there's something to be said, I think, for it.
But a lot, and so far, I mean, we'll see it again this week. A lot of these teams are playing on Thursday in London, in fucking Germany, and it's like
that's a good point.
So again, it's probably a lot of those factors that are coming to fruition that it really is. It's very top heavy. The league is very top heavy. That's why Washington at 3-5
are still in it.
They're still fucking in it technically, even though like the way that you watch them play, they should. I mean, right now they'd be number 10 in the draft Rightfully so. They're fucking terrible.
Yep. I mean, the Patriots right now, they're playing the Colts, and they're playing another team that they should, or who knows? I mean, they're dead. The team's dead. I mean, we lost our two best defensive players. We've now lost one of our best offensive players. Like, we're dead in the water. But they could, in theory, win the next two games. Anything is possible, and then they'll be 4-6. Yeah, they're still pretty screwed. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. But, and I always say, part of the reason I don't like watching Red Zone is because there could be stretch runs there where it's just like crap. Like you see, you see all the good plays, but sometimes you see all the bad plays like stacked on top of each other, and it just looks worse and worse.
What I do like about Red Zone is after the 4:30 game, they'll show all the touchdowns.
Yeah,
right before they kind of go off air, they show all the touchdowns. So that's like a nice recap. But yeah, I don't like the flip flopping of Red Zone. I know people that just watch Red Zone. I can't fucking do it.
I've tried. I tried like the free and stuff like that. I prefer to watch a full game if I can.
Right.
But I mean, it's tough because you don't see everyone. But then I feel like you get a warped perception when you watch just Red Zone. And it's not the best. It's a cool concept though.
So that's your hot take of the week.
There we go.
Thanks, Jess. She had two, really.
You got a bonus, yeah. It's a bonus one. She got a sassy
I put up
one.
that story. She's like, I got a good one for tomorrow.
Oh man.
See, I'm still getting used to them. Our beer of the week this week.
You take this one.
This is called Chair 2 Light Lager.
Going local again.
Going local. I just had this for the first time over the weekend. It's a light beer. I don't know what the fuck makes it.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, brewed and canned by Sons of Liberty Beer and Spirits Co. under a special agreement
in Pawtucket. Yeah,
oh, right nearby.
So made in Rhode Island. Honestly, for a light beer, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, 99 calories.
I like it. I like the I like the color scheme. I like the logo.
Yeah.
So shout out Chair 2. See, I came through.
Shout out Chair 2 and shout out Joe for picking it up because
came through.
I was coming with a repeat for the first time, and you came in clutch. So appreciate it.
There you go. There's your beer of the week. Let's head over to the fantasy corner.
Fantasy corner. Shout out Cheese.
Shout out Cheese and the Cheese League. That's the league where I have Kirk.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So now guess who I'm relying on until I pick somebody up? Russ.
Oh no. Although if you look at his numbers, they're not the worst.
They're not the worst. The team is just the worst.
Yeah, him as a person is the worst.
I also was playing. I think I was playing Bill, and he scored 312 points.
Oh, so yeah, no shot. How did his kicker do?
So he had McManus, so 4 field goals. He scored 80 points. I had Santos for Chicago. I scored 3.
Yeah, I messed up and didn't put Greg the leg back in. Not that it made much of a difference. I cannot connect to my ESPN Fantasy right now. I might.
I can look at.
I know
least
I won. League. I know I won. I was playing Matt. Shout out Matt. And
you also have Devontae Adams going. I don't think it matters because you won already.
It's over. Yeah, I mean it was over last I checked.
He has no points.
Yeah. Oh really?
No catches, no yards. Right now.
He's also not very happy about his situation. So
I can imagine.
It's a bummer. But yeah. Definitely, I won in that league. Comfortably, but also teams, as you mentioned, can score a hot 300 in that game league if you're not careful. You live and die by those kickers. So yeah, I messed up by keeping Moody in because he sucks and he's been missing a lot lately. So
are you not on the Wi-Fi?
No, but I have bars. Because I usually don't use my phone that much because I'm usually on the
surface. Oh, that's true.
I messed up.
I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi. I can get
that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's fine. I know. I knew I did. I knew I won, and it was pretty much over. So we're good. Yeah, my other league connected. My money league, I won by a good 20 plus. I still have Laporta going tonight. He scored me 4 so far, but yeah, Herbert kind of put that away for me. Had a good game by CeeDee Lamb, who we mentioned earlier. Chase had another good game. Pittman is my wide receiver. We actually expanded it a couple of years ago to a third wide receiver because there's there's so many wide receivers out there. There's so many. Running backs definitely is not as plentiful as wide receivers, so we expanded to make it more difficult. So sometimes that third wide receiver can catch you. But thankfully I have Pittman, who's been doing well with your boy Minshew, and then Thielen I picked off the scrap heap, and he's a decent player. He much better a couple of years ago on a bad team, so he just gets tons of targets. So won that one. I'm still in first place in that league, so happy about it.
I lost in the other league too. My star of my other team was Hopkins, but I had fucking Waddle on the bench. I had Lockett on the bench. So I mean, that league's tough because I got Lamar, who usually does pretty well, didn't have a great game, and then I have Stafford. But
my problem with my money league is Damian Pierce, the running back, second-year running back for the Texans, has been like, he's my number one running back. So we kept in that league. You get 2 keepers, but you have to you
missed the draft.
Yeah, you lose your draft pick up the round before you took him.
Yep.
Well, and also, so Chase, and if you can keep him twice over 2 years. So I drafted Chase in like the 5th round his rookie year. So when I kept him the 4th round last year. If you keep him again, it goes to the 1st round. So I kept him in CD 1st and 2nd round. So my first running back was Pierce, who had a pretty good, decent rookie campaign as a running back, but he's been playing crappy.
Yep.
But I have Williams and the gentleman from White from the Buccaneers. So I'm hurting on that running back one, but thankfully the rest of my team was able to. My big pick was Laporta. Who just scored a touchdown literally 5 seconds ago.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there
Laporta. That's
an ugly game right now.
Oh, man, he just scored, though. Go Lions. The thing with this league is because what happens is like the end of the year, everyone's always bunched up, so points matter because it's the first tiebreaker. So even if you're winning, like, you still want to keep scoring those points because it's going to count in the end. Last year, it literally came down to like 5 points was that last playoff spot.
Yeah.
So gotta score.
There you go. And that is our
Fantasy Corner. Shout out Cheese.
Fantasy Corner and shout out Cheese. I don't know how those baloney ponies are doing over there. He's had a rough couple weeks, I think, with the ponies. So let's go right into our picks of week. We're already at fucking week 9.
Yep. More than half the season.
Holy
More than half the season is over.
Shitballs. Do you have it on there?
Sorry, I just dropped my phone.
That's okay.
I'm working on
Just
it.
throw it around. Fuck it. Do you have it?
I'm so mad. I have ESPN. It's not going to look great. You might need to tag in. Or if you can turn the bad boy over, I'm happy to
turn it over to you.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I did it first. I'm making this 2-bit operation.
Here you go. It's okay. It's okay.
A joker over here. All right, here we go. Alrighty, week 9, as you said, we're more than halfway through the season. This week we're going back to an international game. So the first game, Prime Video, Thursday Night Football. The Tennessee Titans travel to Joe's favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't know about Pickett. He had the rib injury. And Tennessee Titans have the new.
Give me that new. Give me Will Levi and the Titans, baby. What's the spread on that?
That new car smell. The Steelers are favored by 3 points, which I'm a little surprised by.
Interesting. Especially because they were at home against Jacksonville and they shit their jocks there. So I'll take the Titans, though.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take them as well. Alrighty. Let's go Titans. All right, and then we got so this is an interesting one. This is gonna be a fun one. I'm watching this one Sunday morning, 9:30 in Germany. We got the Miami Dolphins not traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs with the bounce back game. Whether Swift is in the stands or not, Miami can't beat the good teams. I'm doubling down on the hot take.
We like that hot take, yeah.
I am going Chiefs. I think if Mahomes was truly sick, he has a bounce back week.
Yep.
I would imagine maybe Swifty isn't traveling to Germany, but if she does, it's going to just further my point. They might score 80.
I mean, Kelsey had a good game. He should do like, come on, you got to come with me. You got to come on. Come on,
babe. Come on.
What do you think that phone conversation's like? Do you think they FaceTime? Okay. And then it's Frankfurt. Frankfurt is where that game is being played.
Yep.
All right. And then the one.
Whoa.
What?
You didn't pick. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, did I said the Chiefs?
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the hot take as well.
Okay.
Although I'm actually not convinced that the Chiefs are good.
But I don't have faith in the Dolphins beating a good team.
Yeah. They're 6-2, so by definition, they're a good team.
Yes.
So we're just gonna say, go Chiefs. Yeah, go Chiefs. Next, the 1:00 Fox game, we have the Minnesota Vikings with Sans Kirk going to the Atlanta Falcons, potentially Sans Ritter. So I don't know what to do. Now, the big thing with the Vikings playing as well as they are is that Justin Jefferson is poised to return. You know, he's not going to sit out the rest of the season if they're still in playoff contention.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I'm gonna because the thing is, we make these picks on Monday night for Sunday. So there's
a long gap.
There's a long gap.
Yeah.
There's moving parts, right?
Yeah.
If you're Pat McAfee, they make picks on Friday.
I know,
right? They got they got extra days to get this shit going.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go with the Falcons because if Heineke,
your boy,
is fucking starting.
Yep.
I again the Vikings. I don't know. I wouldn't have much faith with Kirk. If Kirk was playing, I would say they could beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
But because he's out,
I'll go
with the Falcons.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Okay.
That rookie came in and he held the fort down. They won. They wound up winning with him. I don't know when Kirk got
they
hurt.
beat the Packers. Oh, I know the Falcons aren't much better.
Right? And they're on the road, but it's a dome. Vikings are in the. I have the dome at home. Blah, 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 blah,
That's going to be one of those games that it makes sense that we split because we're
exactly. You're exactly right. Yes. Now, one thing about domes and the Falcons division is it's an off-season conversation, but Drew Brees. Everyone loves Drew Brees.
Yeah.
He played 8 games in a dome.
Yeah.
9 games if you count the Falcons.
Yeah.
And then who was the other team in that division? The Panthers and the Buccaneers. 1 game in Florida. So Drew Brees. That's all I got to say about that.
You hate on all these good quarterbacks. All right, outside of Tom Brady, who do you actually like as a quarterback?
Who do I like?
Because this is a different hot take. Because you hate all the good ones.
I just feel like a lot of his numbers were inflated.
No. That wasn't the question. Is what quarterbacks do you like?
I like Herbert. I think he's okay.
Okay. He's okay.
I don't hate him.
Even say he's good.
I don't hate him. I like him.
Okay.
I don't want to say like Mahomes. I saw him on some of the quarterback stuff, and he seemed like a good dude, a good father.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that. I can't say that.
Why?
Because I hate him.
But why?
You know why?
No.
Because he's an opponent, Joseph. He's an opponent.
I know, but he's not even in your division.
I know, but I just can't like him.
I get it. I get it. But you don't have to.
I don't like him.
You don't have to.
I used to not like Peyton Manning. I grew to like him more as I got older. Although I'm a little, I was like, Peyton, just go away, dude. You're retired.
That's what we all say about Brady.
Yeah,
just fucking go away.
Well, it's so funny. Like he got left the Patriots, and now he's in more commercials than ever. He's on the Hertz commercials. He's on Brady.
I think that's my hot take is I think he left because he wanted to be who he truly is.
And now you watched some of the ESPN stuff he did, right? The Brady show. What was it? Man in the Arena.
Man in the Arena. And then I watched the one with him and motherfucker.
Oh, with Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson. Yeah.
Now, I don't know about other people, but and this might just be me now that we've talked about it a couple times. Like you point out that I don't like anyone. I feel like the Man in the Arena made me like him less.
Made me like him more, dude.
Really?
I swear.
Look at that. Look at this. We're going all the same.
It made me like him more because I'm like, okay, like.
It humanizes him a little bit.
It humanizes him, and I get to see, actually, he did an interview with Patrick Bet-David that was pretty good, too. I would recommend recently. Mm-hmm. It does, because the Patriots, they're very quiet, and I love the way that they ran that whole thing, from afar, because Washington is a fucking circus, but I like to hear the human factor there.
And maybe because, I lived those seasons, and, I was a part of it, so, hearing Gronk say, oh, we just didn't have fun that season. It was such a difficult season. It's like you went to the Super Bowl, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I like hearing, because again, as a non-fan of the team, you just think that they're fucking floating here.
Right.
They're tight-lipped. They don't say anything. It's like you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
The day I stopped not caring so much, but not having it hurt so much was when they lost the Super Bowl to the Giants, the second one, and he had the ankle injury, and then later that night he was at a club dancing. I'm like, well, if he doesn't fucking care, then why should I?
Right?
Yeah. That was more Gronk than Brady. Yeah. But
you see it now too, and I know they're not Super Bowls, but on Sunday your team gets their ass kicked, and I see guys dapping each other up, laughing. Hey, what's up, bro? Like if you just kick my ass, I might be like, yeah, good game, and I walk away because I need to settle for a second. Like that, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, sorry, I took us off on a tangent.
No, that's okay. I liked it.
Off season, I'm gonna write that down. Drew Brees. You son of
Fuck Drew Brees.
All right, next we have the 1:00 game on CBS. We have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns home team. Whether it's PJ Brown, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby, whoever, I'm gonna take the Browns. The Cardinals still fighting, but I don't know, man. Until they win again, I can't really take them.
Listen,
here we go.
Dobbs, baby.
Yeah, you like it. You've been loving them lately.
I like the effort from Dobbs. I'm going Cardinals. Fuck the Browns.
You know, the Celtics rookie also has alopecia. What's with all these athletes having alopecia?
I don't know. I don't know where I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what I know the effect of it, but I don't know what I don't know,
it's like he has it. I mean, I guess it's really not that many. Like the Celtics guy has it, whose name escapes me currently.
Yeah.
The guy who was the Kevin Garnett. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck was his name?
Yeah.
Villanueva?
Yeah, Villanueva, yeah. So, but yeah, good on Dobbs.
I'm going
Bobby Lashley, former WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm going Dobbs, baby.
Yeah.
Give me Dobbs on the road.
This next one's interesting because this is kind of a crappy game. Is the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Green Bay Packers? Actually, I'm sorry, I haven't read any of these. Whatever. We'll
okay.
keep. We'll
you
go
can.
now.
Yeah,
I'll do it now. But the Packers are 3-point favorites.
I have little faith in both teams. I have less faith in the Packers, so I'll take the Rams on the road there. I feel like we're splitting fucking hairs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams too. Next we have the game of the week. The year, actually. 1 o'clock. And it's funny because earlier I was like, oh, the Patriots should win their next 2 games. I was like, they're playing someone else.
I know. I heard you. I just let it go.
Oh, man. So we got the Washington Commanders, Redskins,
the Comanches, baby,
traveling to the New England Football Patriots. Patriots are 3-point favorites. 3?
They were fucking 1 yesterday.
Well, it's gone up.
Oh, fuck my ass. What the fuck? What did I fucking miss? Maybe we had a fucking hot trade that I missed. I will say this. Coming into this season, I'm going to that game, by the way.
Yeah,
I will be in the belly of the fucking beast on Sunday.
I cannot wait for the full recap.
If this game, this isn't a cop-out. If this game was in Washington, I would have more faith.
Yeah.
But you guys are fucking banged up and atrocious.
Yep.
But the other factor here is Belichick usually has his way with young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And we are also traveling on the road. I am picking Washington after all that said.
That's fair.
However, I think there should be a friendly gentleman's bet there.
I agree.
If Washington wins, I will give you a Redskins shirt to wear.
Yeah.
And I doubt I'm going to fit in one of your shirts, but I probably have a Patriots hat that I will throw on.
I can bring my Patriots hat.
I probably have. I have an old one probably somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you want to bring one, I will wear a piece of. We could go hat for hat.
Yeah.
We don't have to do shirt. We can go hat for
memorabilia.
hat. We'll go some sort of memorabilia.
Yep.
Depending on who wins.
Yeah. I like that.
That's the gentleman the gentleman's bet of the
course,
week.
I'm going to take the New England Patriots because when it's 2 crappy teams, you take the home team. Woo! Go Pats.
It's nice to commiserate together because I mean, you got 2 teams that I think. Well, the Patriots' history in Washington, I think has some good talent, especially on offense, but they just can't fucking put it together. Yeah. And their defense is atrocious.
They're 2-2 on the road. Patriots are 1-3 at home. They just beat the Bills at home, so there's a thing to be said for playing at home. And I mean,
in that game, with like you said, if it's a toss up, if you weren't a fan of either team, you'd probably go New England anyway because you go with the home team because it's 2 bums.
Yeah, and it is on Fox. So if you're watching at home, it's on Fox, which isn't I prefer CBS.
Not anymore. Not with the Taylor Swift.
Although we literally had the D squad on CBS. It was tough. Yeah. That's when you know you've really sunk. When you get in I'm like, who the hell are these guys? Then next we have the Chicago Bears traveling to the Narland Saints. Saints are 7.5-point favorites.
Yeah, spread wise is tough. Give me the Saints.
Yeah,
though.
I'm taking the Saints at home for sure. All right. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, this should actually be a pretty good game. I'm looking forward to it.
That is I feel like those are 2 teams that mirror each other. I am gonna go Baltimore at home.
Yep.
What's the spread on that one?
Baltimore 5.5.
Okay.
Which is pretty good size for, Seahawks being 5-2. That's a little disrespectful, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me. And then next we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Houston Texans. Texans are 2.5-point favorites.
I'm hopping back on, baby.
Don't do it. I'm
hopping back on. Because, all right, listen, I like the Texans. I like that there's a low bar, and I feel like they've exceeded in some genre. But you did just lose to the 0-6 Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
Give me Baker.
All right.
Give me
I'm
Baker,
going Texans.
Baker and the Bucks.
I just realized I didn't say Seahawks or Ravens. Shit. Did you say yours?
I said Ravens, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they mirror each other, but I picked the
right.
Ravens.
Okay.
Who are you taking, the Ravens?
Oh, God. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Okay,
A little different because I was really waffling on that one. I feel like I'm going to regret that one, but I'm going to take the Seahawks. And then next we have the first 4 or 5 game, the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Carolina Panthers, and the Indianapolis Colts are 2.5-point favorites.
There should be a thing on here that'll say, it's not that one. Shit, it should be green.
It's the other green. It's the teal.
This one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting used to it. Mo's money pick.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts, 2.5-point favorites, traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The Minshew.
I like it.
He's going to carry us, even though he has betrayed us.
Yes.
Win-wise, but spread-wise, going with the Colts.
I'm also, this is the week of hopping back on the bandwagons. I am going to go with the Colts. Carolina got their first win this week, which is great.
Yep.
For them. But I feel like the Colts, even,
they've been putting up points.
That's what I mean. Like, Minshew can give you some points, too. So that should be an easy game for the Colts.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. 2.5 is it's a field goal.
Yeah, it's a field goal.
So, which I think they should win by that at
10.
least. Yeah, seriously. And then next we have the New York Football Giants traveling to the. I literally almost said Oakland Raiders.
I always say Oakland.
Yeah,
I can't get used to it.
Las Vegas Raiders. No spread yet because the Raiders are currently playing.
The Raiders are playing, and I don't know who's starting for the Giants, right? Do we not know?
I don't think we know because Tyrod got hurt too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I don't even know who their quarterback is right now.
I don't know. Is Jimmy playing?
Also don't know.
We should look at see if Jimmy's playing.
That doesn't make it. That's why it's so important. Like my guy, the Patriots guys I listen to, they pick on Thursday. McAfee picks on Friday. It's kind of shenanigans. Yeah, we don't really know.
I know it is. Yeah. It is tough. Let me just double check because this is not that there's a lot riding on this. I mean,
I know, right?
The Raiders are getting beat right now, 16-7. Jimmy is playing. Jimmy's playing 3 of 8, 31 yards, when a pick. You know what?
He's playing then.
Give me the Giants on the road.
Whoa!
Yeah, give me the Giants on the road.
No, I'm taking the Raiders.
That's the better pick. I will agree because I also picked them to beat the fucking Jets, and
so that's I mean my not Ravens pick, but I took the Seahawks. This is like your Seahawks pick of like but
yeah.
So I like it.
I hope the Raiders win, but I think I could also see like the Giants defense. They played like shit until they played us, and I think they got a vote of confidence there. Yeah. So they should do okay against Jimmy.
Yeah, and Jimmy's not having 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Yeah, he's not playing great. Then we have a couple good games this week.
There's like 3 really good games this week.
So another 4:25. We have the 5-2 Cowboys traveling to the 7-1 Eagles, a divisional game. Eagles are 3-point favorites. Oh shoot. The Eagles are 3-0 at home. Should have lost to the Commanders, but they're 3-0 at home. It's a tough game. It's a tough one for you too. But
I will say that I think, much like the Dolphins of Miami, the Cowboys cannot beat good teams, and I think Philly is just more well balanced. And even though, like, again, Dallas had a great game. It's like they played against the fucking New England. They looked like studs. They played against the Rams. They looked like studs. I don't know. Maybe it'll be close, but I got Philly.
And what happened after they beat the Patriots? Didn't they come down crashing
They
hard?
got the shit kicked out of them by the Niners.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. And then next we have a really good Sunday Night Football game that I'm really looking forward to. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Oh, I got it right.
Yeah.
Which is also my Joker pick of the week.
Nice. Who you got?
Bengals are back, baby.
Yeah.
Bengals are back.
Yeah.
Joe B needed a week off. They're at home in prime time. I think that Buffalo is going to have some problems because they are a shaky 5-3 team.
Yep. I'm going to agree with you, and I think your Joe's Joker pick is undefeated.
I think
far.
so. Yeah. This is a tough game, but
yeah. I applaud the cojones that you're putting on the table here. You're not just picking like, oh, hey, the Panthers or the Joe's Joker. You know?
Right.
So this is a good game. Bengals at home. They're 4-3 now.
What's the spread?
Bengals are favored by 3.
A lot of fucking close spreads this week.
Yeah. I can see it. So go Bengals.
Go Bengals.
Yeah. All right. Good choice there. And then the Monday night game, which might still, it's a pretty good game. Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the New York Jets. The Chargers are 3-point favorites.
And it's at New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if Herbert's going to look like a superstar here, but I am also going to pick the Chargers.
I know. I've been picking the Jets, and they've actually been working out for me lately. But I think the Chargers, I don't know if they got some mojo from this last game, but I kind of want to pick them. Oh, man, I'm waffling on this one. Shoot.
Coming off another win.
Gosh darn it. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers, but I don't feel great about it. I'm going to take the Chargers. I
like it.
Yeah.
I think between Miami and Kansas City, which I would prefer that there was actually a home team there, but maybe it's good that it's a neutral thing. I also don't like that it's in fucking Europe, but it's a neutral site, so we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
That game, Dallas, Philly, Buffalo, Cincy, I think those are really good fucking games. And maybe even Seattle, Baltimore.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to a good round of games. The bye week teams are the Broncos, Lions, 49ers, and Jaguars.
So we're back. We're back to buys.
Back to buys.
We went 2, 6, none, 4, whatever.
Yeah. And next week, the Patriots Commanders review will be 1. So,
it'll be 1.
Yeah. Once every 4 years. So don't get used to it. All right. Well, thank you for letting me borrow that. Apologies again. I'll be better prepared next time.
All good. So that is the wrap up for week 8. Sorry, that sounds like shit. Again, these episodes go up every Tuesday.
Yep.
By noon, we don't really know, usually in the morning, but by noon on Tuesdays, the audio goes up just right around.
Yeah, pretty much right after.
Same time.
Yeah.
So like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
I've also been throwing shit up on the Instagram, so follow us on the Instagrams.
Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. If there's topics you want us to talk about. Obviously, the football season does not run forever. Right. There's other stuff we want to talk about. It's not like the NFL show. It's the MOJO show. So
it's
there's
the MOJO show.
Other topics we can have.
So I've put it up there.
Oh, I look at that. Ooh.
Also, again, the comments that I'm really looking for, if you do comment, I'm looking for the other people's hot takes, just to see what they're thinking there.
Yeah, it's a big league, a lot of fans out there, a lot of different teams, and I like to hear other teams' perspectives. And if you think we're wrong about something, let us know.
Yeah,
I'm be curious to hear it. I'm always up for a lively debate.
Listen, one great man said back in the day, "You are entitled to your opinion, as wrong as it may be."
Yeah, that's right.
That was a great man. I still use that to this day.
Quick programming note. In 2 weeks, I'll be traveling.
I had to hit something.
So we're going to have a potential remote show, or it's going to be another one-on-one with Joe.
I know, because you come in late, so we have to figure that out.
So hopefully I'm not as late as last time, but just that'll be in 2 weeks' time. So thankfully we're not. It actually might work out well because the Patriots might be on bye that week because it's the week after. No, it's the week they're in London. Shit, it's the week they're in Germany. I keep saying London.
Yeah, they're on bye after this week.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it.
Anyway, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
I'm gonna keep playing it now that she commented. You better fucking comment. You got to comment again. Every time you comment, we'll play your music.
That's right.
That's how we know. That's how we get your views.